Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as what might be the last time as Mighty Portugal. So we now have Portuguese Far East. We just beat up Majapahit here, kicked them out of some of these nice little provinces they had been owning, giving myself more control of trade in the world, which seems impossible, but it's the case. And now we are pretty much just waiting for this furnace to be done, and then we will get another achievement. So other than that, I think we're pretty much done. People did want me to go to the end of the game, so I will try and go to the end of the game if I can. We should probably launch another war against the United States, try and remove them from the map. When we can't, well, we won't be able to. We'll have to truce break to attack them. Oh, I don't want a truce break. Not today. Really, the Ming are that focused on defending that they would literally defend a nation they have no hope of protecting. Okay. China has been slowly losing some provinces here to Russia, who actually I could ally, which would be a little bit broken, I think. Shame I can't get the Ottomans as allies, but instead, that is my alliance network and the amount of land me and my allies control. It's getting a bit disgusting. Everybody else is allied to the Ottomans, pretty much. Let's see. Of great powers in the world, there is me, there is Britain, there is Russia, there is the Ottomans, Persia, Delhi, and I kind of guess the Ming. That's about it. After all, the great power list, Ottomans, Great Britain, Ming, Delhi, Russia, Gujarat, and Sweden. Yeah. And Gujarat is getting beaten up. Persia is actually, I'm impressed that they're not actually a great power. You'd think they'd be with how large they actually are, but they are not. Interesting. Oh yeah, the other thing we could do is we could... No, we can't, because we're Emperor of the HRA. Emperor, I need you to die, like, right now. Just temporarily die so I can change my government. Temporarily die. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I guess we'll just convert and take it easy for the rest of the game, pretty much. Got a long way to get through all this conversion if we wanted to. Ethiopian separatists. Boy, it's been a while. Haven't had to deal with a revolt over here in ages. I don't even know how to deal with it. Ooh. I should have a fleet somewhere. Where is my fleet? Oh, there's one there. Oh, there's these guys. I'll tell you what, I'll use these guys. The odds are they'll walk into Beja and get killed by the Ottomans or something. Disaster in Hanover, apparently. There we go, let's get the last tech of the game. Last of the last techs. Sorry, the first of the last techs, there we go. Knew there was a better way to say that. All that gold from my colonial nations. Somewhere in the world there's just giant holes in the ground with the sheer amount of money I'm making. Came from just giant gold holes in the middle of the ground. There we go. New achievement. Industrial powerhouse. There we go. So this will give us what? 6 in this direct run, and then there was 1 I got for jumping over and forming Spain as Portugal. Forming it militarily. Don't think this would kick me out of the HRE, would it? No. Huh. Give me prestige if I wanted it. Trying to eliminate all Catholic heresies from my lands. Might as well if we can't convert all of this. Oh my gosh. Look at this mess. I'm pretty sure you could draw a line from here to maybe like there and hit like 90% of all the nations in the world somehow. This is horrendous to look at. There we go. There's no real point at this point in me starting another war. It wouldn't be over by the end of the game anyhow, unless it was minor. I suppose I could go try and kill Denmark if for some reason I want Iceland. Surprised that this hasn't been absorbed. Probably because it counts these as different nations, but still, it's weird. I mean, Great Britain did a half-decent job considering how fast I was colonizing. They've picked up a half-decent amount of land. No real India invasion for them. You know, if we needed any more settler growth, we just got an additional 50. Seems weird to have that end one of the last things you can pick up tech-wise. Just gonna swap over to militarily. Let's see, maybe I should just build some conscription centers everywhere. That's what I'll do. We'll see how big of a land force limit I can come up with by doing this. Oops. We've got a potential for a rebellion. I'll have to come back to that. Probably didn't need to waste 103 on that. It's interesting to note that there is a cap to the sheer amount of corruption you can get from too many territories. It's actually a manageable level. I mean, to be fair, 0.8 is expensive, but I can afford it. It's not even a drop in the bucket. At this point, I've stopped even reading the amount of money I get from my gold mines in the New World. It's just so disgustingly huge, it doesn't make much difference. I'm gonna have to go hunt rebels, aren't I? Oh, that might not have actually been rebels in my lands. Okay, I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, I'm still hunting Ethiopian rebels, aren't I? Technically. Oh, okay. Nothing really to worry about. You know, I don't actually have to send this army anywhere, do I? What? Huh? This army is composed of nothing but cavalry and cannons. Have I been fighting wars with the cavalry and cannon army and haven't noticed? I think I have. Or else maybe the Merc regiments all dropped dead. That would be weird, but I guess it would work. Okay. Let's just correct that before I do something really stupid like attack an army with only cavalry and cannon. Might work if I was a steppe nomad horde, but not as a European civilized nation. Not in the slightest. Oh, Bohemia is taking unlawful territory once more. Talk about a country that does not believe in the idea of the HRE this game. They have been just rampaging through the world. I was surprised. They were really huge, but they were surprisingly easy to beat in a war. Yeah. Now I actually have an army with infantry in it. "15 conversion strength is rather nice, I have to say. Plus, finally getting the papal influence bonus to work better helps a lot. Only the Pope actually liked me. I think they still hate me, right? Yeah. Suppose I could improve relations to get them on my side again. That might be a worthwhile effort in the end of this. That and spending the spending diplo points on converting cultures that are like 2. This must be provinces that either are not 3 that must be like 3 development, I'm gonna guess. The golden age plus everything else makes everything dirt cheap. Do it this way. Enter keys for the win, right? If everything in the world is this easy to convert to Portuguese culture. There we go. We'll keep converting to Portuguese culture. It's not like I have anything else to spend those diplo points on. How am I doing on all of that stuff? Kinda really wish my ruler would die. Either that or I could get army traditions of 90. But considering I just gave away 30 of it, and I never really had a great amount of tradition to begin with, yeah. Oh, really? Interesting. Another revolt rebellion thing. I just did that just to see how much my army tradition I'd get yearly is. I don't really care what it is. Still haven't gotten that traditionalist one, but that's just a matter of time, really. Massacre. It looks like no matter how large a province grows, there's still always like a 5% chance of... Oh, Ethiopians, yeah, that's my fault. Looks like there's always a 5% chance of being able to develop your lands. It's kind of cool. Concept-wise and stuff. Unfortunately, so few nations actually have bonuses. That give them colonists. There's not a lot of point to it all. Pope gave us colonial Eastern America, which must mean, yep, the Pope actually likes us now. Cool. Well, kind of likes us. I think they still are angry with us, but not as hostile. Everybody else hates me, though. Yeah. Conquering Portuguese armies. What a horrifying thing. It's going to tell me to make all my remaining states in France. Yeah, I might as well add France as a as some cores. It's valuable land, part of the Portuguese Empire. Curious to how much I can actually stick into states here. Oh, and I've run out. I was able to add a lot of states. It should boost the income over 200. Don't think we're going to actually be able to afford to do all of this land. Yeah. Still quite a bit. Oh no, I wanted to do that one Coptic province that keeps revolting. There we go. There's no point in letting them revolt again. So much converting to be done. Trust me, once we get to the end of the game, I'll go through all of the stats and numbers and everything. We just gotta get there first. The only thing we did not do well this game, and I will have to remember to do it, was I did not do a good job drilling my armies. But then again, I did spend most of the game running around the map trying to prevent them from my empire from collapsing. Tiniest amount of naval tradition. Could almost build another 100 troops or another 400 ships. Let's do this one. Let's go to 400. I'm curious what would happen if I built 400 light ships. There's no way it would be profitable, but let's try it anyway. There we go. It won't even be done by the end of the game, but yeah. What else have I got to spend money on, right? Oof, we got a big war here. Ottomans are expanding. Interesting. I think that must have been a defeat for Delhi then. Surprising. Not much longer now, 2 years. Or less. I think we got lucky towards the end of this game where we started to get some really good rulers and then lose some very good rulers. But on the whole, we definitely had above average rulers. Had a good portion of people who were at least over 8, if not over 10. Oh, so where are you? Oh, you're there. Unfortunately, the way the alliance worked out, it wasn't particularly viable to finish off or conquer some areas of the map. Europe in particular, it had just been not worth it. Like in the state I'm in now, we'd have needed what, another 1, 2, at least another 2, 3 wars to secure Indonesia. Then maybe we could have gone after Europe. I don't know. Portugal's never in a good shape to do a world conquest anyway. I know you can do it, but why bother? Suppose I'll go attack America. We won't succeed, but it'll at least look slightly occupied by us. There we go. No rebels allowed in our lands. Getting some nice little bit of culture conversion right before the end. I think we can safely say, without much trouble, other than... No, I think we can say without any trouble that the Portuguese culture group is the largest in the world. It's disgusting how large and how much land we colonized. The last struggles of the American experiment, 1821. And there we are done. So, thank you guys. That was a fun Let's Play. Sorry it took so long to finish, though. I do feel rather bad about that. So, largest army, largest navy, most provinces, highest province value, highest income, highest trade income. We fielded 500,000 men under arms, and then over 500,000 cannon, and quite a bit of cavalry, actually. Had almost 500,000 manpower reserves, over 1 million troops on the field, pretty large amount of ships, lots of heavies, lots of transports, 93% religious unity, 707 provinces. Tech, all those good, stability solid, prestige solid, and those were the idea groups. Pretty good. I might have, in retrospect, should have swapped trade religious, but then the trade ideas just gave us insane amounts of money. Historical scores, we crushed everybody. So let's look at timelines and stuff. So, started out as Little Portugal. So here we go. I'm going to do it on medium because so many things happen. Tiny little growing pains is Portugal colonizing. There we go. Using the Portuguese colonial ability, of course, to try and get to the New World as fast as we could, and we did. Or Morocco just had issues. There we go. And the colonizing has begun. A little bit of trouble with the natives, it looks like. There we go. Portuguese Brazil was a thing. Spain got to the Caribbean surprisingly faster than I thought they would, thanks to their mission tree. We don't do anything in Europe for quite a while. I think at this point we have vassalized Morocco and used them to reconquer this region. Colonizing our way through Africa. We have now landed in Mexico. Still haven't made it down to the Horn of Africa yet, though. The Mexican conquest, or the Portuguese Mexican conquest, went really well. No. I totally ignored the east coast of the United States, which was probably a good move, but I kind of wish I had been able to prevent the emergence of America. Now, all those are kicking off. We've made it around the Horn of Africa. We've made it all the way to Indonesia, by the way. There we go. The long drawn-out conquest of East Africa. That was where I wish I had had religious ideas so I could have converted it faster. Proved to be difficult and annoying to conquer that region. Especially because I was rather poor, but this is really when the Portuguese Empire starts kicking off, growing. Mexico's formed, the rapid conquests of Middle America there, Midwest. Australia was formed. We lost the rest of Britain, which is annoying. At no point did I ever really feel comfortable fighting the potential coalitions in this area, which makes me wish I was some other nation other than Portugal. We should have the downfall of Spain starting to occur fairly soon. At some point we do betray them. Might not be till 1700. There's the French-Portuguese wars over South America. Slow conquest of the islands as well. I just wish I'd had a more militarized nation, because you can't really do much as Portugal conquering things. The conquest of Japan is finished, by the way. Didn't notice when it began. United States are here. France has been kicked out of here. Spain fell in a single war. France partially fell. Amazing. You blink and you miss the conquest because of how fast. It only shows the results. I was impressed how good the Ottomans did this game. They could have done much better, but for an AI, really solid. Spain is almost dead here. Should be. I thought it was revolutionary Spain. Maybe they haven't. No, they were revolutionary before. I guess I ended the revolution. And then France is going to get kicked out of Europe and become another revolutionary empire. That was exciting to deal with two of them in a row. Slow little pickup of land. Could have another war with the US, then a couple wars. Yep, Europe, France is being kicked out. War in the Southeast Asia there. Siam, Thailand region there. A couple wars with the British trying to conquer Annam. Let's see, can we see the revolutionary France? We should see them soon. I guess it's not going to show revolutionary empires. That's a little annoying. Yeah, because there, France is dead. Awesome, then the rest is just cleanup wars. And there's the last major war we fought. And then we just started a fight with the United States for no particular reason. So that is the Portuguese Empire. Let's see, religious-wise, it was kind of nice if I could actually get rid of this temporarily. Nope. So that is all I can do. So thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Looks like the next Let's Play is going to be in Japan with a daimyo. Not sure if I'm going to do the Oda, the Tokugawa, or do the Shimazu again. The Shimazu are stupidly strong militarily, but I've already played them. I'm not entirely sure. If I play the Oda, I get the best generals in the game, which always helps. So that's it from me for this series, pretty much forever. So bye for now.